Shadow. Once he was a great invincible warrior, and no one dared to stand in his way. He traveled the land searching for a worthy battle until he discovered the Gates of Shadows. He broke the laws of the elders and opened the gates. The demons of the other world were beyond them. They rushed upon him, tearing his flesh, draining his soul, turning him into a shadow. And now, for eternity, he is doomed to wander the earth and fight the demons he freed. Shadow is an extremely powerful warrior traveling the earth fighting 7 demons to fix his mistake. And even though he's extremely skilled, he's gonna need a lot more strength to put them down. Shadow's gonna do everything in his power to get his body back and send these demons back to hell. With Shadow being a master of combat and using weapons that he translates to his fights. With Shadow being able to master every weapon in the game by just seeing it once. Shadow fights in multiple tournaments to gain new weapons and increase his strength. With some of my favorites being the daggers that can cause critical hits, the Blood Reaper that literally drains the blood from his opponents, and the Composite Sword, which is a weapon that consists of 9 segmented serrated blades that in reality would slice your opponent into pieces. But Shadow's strength goes far beyond his weapons. As a Shadow himself, Shadow can interact with demons originating from the metaphysical Shadow world, with them being completely due to them following different laws of physics. With Shadow himself taking on these traits as he's completely invincible and cannot die no matter what stands in his way. With Shadow having a multitude of abilities as he has cosmic awareness. Shadow sees through space and time even though he doesn't know it. As a human, he can remember events from all timelines that his alternate versions took part in. He's able to faintly remember people that he's never met before due to his counterpart's experience from other timelines. With Shadow having a form of teleportation as he can enter the Shadow world using the Eclipse and disappear from the real world. With Shadow taking on demons like Lynx, who is an assassin that leads an organization known as the Order and wields the 3-bladed claws as his primary weapon. Both his claws and ranged weapons are enchanted with time bomb and poisoning and makes his opponents bleed out and even explode, making him an extremely difficult opponent for many. However, this is nothing for Shadow. Shadow later on his journey to defeat the demons encounters his second, Hermit, whose power and skill is feared around the world. The secret to his power is being pursued by his disciples who are pretending to be his students to learn his secret. Hermit's secret powers reveal to be incredibly advanced magic as he can literally summon lightning from the sky, which Shadow can casually dodge, and in the end, is defeated by Shadow. However, on his journey he encounters the third, with the third demon being even more powerful, the Butcherer. The Butcherer is a bandit that is the leader of a gang and wields the weapons cleavers, with the Butcherer being so powerful that he can literally create earthquakes when he jumps, and his weapons are sharp enough to make you bleed, leaving you in a pile of your own blood. But Shadow is able to adapt to these attacks and defeats this demon. Shadow finds the 4th demon, Wasp, and unlike Hermit and the Butcherer, her attacks are incredibly fast, with her having the ability to reflect any damage back onto you with her magic, or having her own version of Meliodas' full counter. With Shadow himself getting extremely skilled using magic, he's able to walk away from this fight the winner. After a long search, Shadow is now face to face with the 5th demon, Widow, and just like Wasp, her attacks are extremely fast. However, she does have a weakness that distance attacks, and Shadow is able to exploit this. Widow's magic allows her to siphon your remaining life and add it to her own with every hit she lands successfully, and she's even able to teleport to close the distance. However, even with all these abilities, she's still defeated. And now for the strongest demon yet, Shogun. With him being the second to last demon, Shadow must win here, as Shogun wields the weapon Daijo and has powerful final test, the last demon, to get his life back. With Shadow entering the Gates of Shadows, he's now face to face with Titan, an intergalactic conqueror of worlds, Shadow from different dimensions. In these dimensions, Shadow was not strong enough to resist the pull of the Shadow energy and ended up being corrupted by it, meaning Shadow had to kill versions of himself, with Titan being so powerful that the 6 demons that he faced before are completely terrified of him, with them trying to do everything in their power to keep him from reaching the human world. But in the end, Shadow was able to overcome it and defeats Titan. With all of the demons defeated and put back into the Shadow realm, the gate starts to crumble, and as it falls, it seems that Shadow is dead. However, when the dust clears, we see that Shadow is alive, and he got his body back. With Shadow at this point scaling above every character in the entire game, with him scaling above beings like Tenebris, who created light and darkness throughout all of reality. And of course, Shadow bodies him. Overall, Shadow would scale to Universal with faster than light speeds. In the end, Shadow has come a long way since opening the gates of Shadows and becoming one himself, with him now having the power to watch your back, because you never know who's lurking in the shadows. What's up guys, it's Divine. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. And make sure you guys go follow the TikTok and join the Discord server. All the links for those will be in the description. And tell me in the comments, what is your favorite weapon in Shadow Fight 2? And who do you think can defeat the invincible warrior that was born from darkness, Shadow?